Your F-150 isn't shifting rough because it's getting old. It's shifting rough because 6 factory settings have been quietly grinding down that transmission since the day you drove it off the lot, and the bill for ignoring them runs $4,500 to $7,500. I've had F-150s on my lift at 40,000 miles with clutch packs that already look like 150,000, and I've had F-150s rolling past 200,000 miles on the original clutch packs, still shifting clean. Same 10R80 transmission, same factory calibration, both trucks. The only difference is which of these 6 settings got left running. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which 6, exactly what each one is doing to your clutch packs right now, and exactly how to shut off every one of them tonight. Most of it costs nothing. None of it takes longer than 15 minutes. None of these 6 are accidents either. Ford turns on every one of them by default, because each one helps a fuel economy or emissions test number. Not one was calibrated to protect your clutch packs through 200,000 miles of real driving. That's not a conspiracy. That's just the math Ford had to hit, and your transmission is what pays for it. Setting 1. Your truck is shifting twice as often as it needs to, and you turned that on yourself. Most owners flip on Eco Mode because it sounds like the responsible choice. Here's what it's actually doing under the floor mats. I hooked a scan tool to a customer's truck for one 10-mile commute with Eco Mode active, 340 separate shift events. Same truck, same driver, same route the next morning with Eco Mode off, 190. Eco Mode's job is to hunt for the tallest gear it can find, because a taller gear at lower RPM is what helps the EPA test cycle number. Every one of those extra 150 shifts is a clutch pack engaging and releasing under hydraulic pressure, friction material, and heat, multiplied across every commute every week for years. Save Eco Mode for steady highway cruising where the transmission already holds a tall gear anyway. Run normal for daily stop-and-go driving. Result, close to half the shift cycles on the same commute, less heat, and clutch packs that only work as hard as they were actually designed to. $0 to change a drive mode versus a transmission doing nearly double its designed workload every day you own it. That is the choice. Setting 2. The smoothest shift. Your truck makes might be the one doing the most damage. The 10R80 doesn't always move one gear at a time. Ford built it with something called progressive range selection, skip-shift logic that jumps straight from 3rd to 7th or 2nd to 5th whenever the computer thinks it can save fuel by skipping the gears in between. From the driver's seat, it feels seamless. Here is where it gets interesting. Seamless is exactly the problem. A skip shift asks 2, sometimes 3 clutch packs to release and apply inside the same fraction of a second that a normal shift only asks 1 pack to handle. More friction surfaces sliding against each other, more heat in less time, and you never feel it happening. Ford's own TSB 24-2101 already covers harsh and delayed engagement calibration updates on 2017 through 2023 trucks with this transmission. This shift strategy is exactly the kind of thing that Bulletin exists to patch around. Owners running this transmission through Foreskin can go into the PCM module and disable progressive range selection directly, forcing the transmission back to sequential shifts. Result? Shifts you can actually feel and predict, and clutch packs that only ever have to do one job at a time. A $50 OBD adapter and free software versus clutch material grinding down every time this truck jumps 3 gears at once without you ever noticing. That is the choice. Setting 3. Every time your truck shuts itself off at a light, your transmission starts over from 0. Auto Start-Stop resets itself back to on every single time you start this truck. That's not an oversight. Ford calibrated it that way because every shutoff counts toward the credit on the EPA test cycle. Here's what that means underneath you. Line pressure in the 10R80 comes from a pump the engine drives. The instant the engine shuts off at a light, that pressure drops to nothing. The instant it restarts, the pump has to reprime, and the clutch pack has to refill and re-engage before the truck can move again. I've pulled data off trucks that cycle the engine 40 or 50 times on a single stop-and-go commute. 40 or 50 extra fill events a transmission that just idled would never have to perform. And it gets worse. Tow with Auto Start-Stop left on, and a loaded truck asks more of that same clutch pack on every one of those restarts, stacked on top of the load it's already carrying. Hold the button down every time you start the truck or disable it permanently through ForceScan. Result: stable line pressure and a clutch pack that isn't refilling itself 50 times before lunch. Free versus a clutch pack running 50 extra engagement cycles a day it was never built around. That is the choice. Now here's the part that makes the rest of this video worth staying for. None of the 3 settings you just heard will ever throw a check engine light. Not one. Your truck will pass an inspection, pass a scan at the shop, pass every diagnostic test built into it, while all 3 work against your clutch packs at the same time, in total silence. Hit subscribe now, because setting number 4 is the reason you'll never see any of this coming from the dashboard. And that changes how urgent the other half of this list actually is. Setting 4. Your dash is built to not tell you how hot this transmission is running. By factory default, your instrument cluster shows you nothing about transmission fluid temperature. Nothing. Stay with me, because this next number matters more than anything else in this video. The 10R80 has a thermal bypass valve that doesn't open and send fluid through the cooler until it hits around 190 degrees. On a healthy transmission, an easy unloaded highway pull should settle in the low 200s, not climb past 215 to 220. When you see 215 to 220 on a truck that's supposedly fine, that is the tell that something underneath is already going wrong. Past 215 degrees, the additive package in the fluid starts breaking down faster than it should. Past 230, the fluid is degrading outright. And you will not get a single warning light for any of it until the computer sees 260 degrees. By then, you've been cooking clutch material for a long time with no way of knowing it. The fix is a menu change, not a repair. Enable the digital transmission temperature readout through the truck's own instrument cluster settings, or set it permanently with ForceScan. Back up your original as-built configuration first, before you touch anything. Result: a real number on your dash instead of a guess, and enough warning to actually do something before the fluid is cooked. A $50 OBD adapter and 10 minutes versus driving blind until a dash light tells you at 260 degrees that it's already too late. That is the choice. Setting 5. There is a button on your shifter that fixes half of this and most owners never touch it. This is where most people get it completely wrong. They think tow/haul mode is only for pulling a trailer. It isn't. Tow/haul changes the entire shift schedule. It holds gears longer, raises line pressure to match the load, and stops the transmission from hunting for a taller gear the way it does in normal. Leave the truck in normal while you're towing, hauling, climbing a grade, or crawling through stop-and-go traffic, and that same drive can run 15 to 25 degrees hotter than it would in tow/haul, with far more shifting the entire way. I had a 2020 F-150 come into my shop at 61,000 miles. The owner towed a 7,000-pound camper every summer for 4 seasons and never once touched the tow/haul button. Valve body glazed, clutch packs cooked, torque converter gone, $6,400, and every mile of the damage was avoidable with one button he already had on his shifter. Hit that button anytime you're loaded, climbing, or sitting in traffic. Result: a transmission running 15 to 25 degrees cooler and shifting far less on every one of those drives. Free versus $6,400 to relearn a lesson that was sitting on the shifter the entire time. That is the choice. Setting 6. The computer is already covering for worn clutches and it will never tell you. The 10R80 runs something called adaptive shift strategy, stored in keep alive memory. It's constantly learning your driving and adjusting fill times and line pressure to keep every shift feeling the same, whether the clutches are new or worn. That sounds like a feature. But don't stop there, because here's the rest of it. Ford never built in a reminder to reset those learned values. No light, no line item on the maintenance schedule, nothing. As clutch material wears down, the adaptive tables quietly compensate, raising pressure and adjusting timing to hide the wear from you, shift after shift, for tens of thousands of miles. Then one day the tables run out of room to compensate, and the failure feels sudden, even though it was never sudden. It was building the entire time your dashboard said everything was fine. Reset the adaptive tables through ForceScan or an independent shop every 10,000 miles after a fluid service or after a heavy towing season, then run the relearn drive cycle so the computer starts learning fresh again. Result: shift feel that resets to like new and an honest, current read on what this transmission actually has left. 15 minutes and a scan tool versus paying for a failure that looks sudden but was actually years in the making. That is the choice. The truck I described at the start of this video, 40,000 miles, clutch packs that already looked like 150,000, that wasn't bad luck, and it wasn't a bad truck. Every one of these 6 settings was working against it from day one, and the owner never did anything wrong. He drove it exactly the way the factory defaults told him to. One more thing, separate from this list. If your 10-speed was ever replaced under warranty between May 2020 and June 2025, Ford issued a recall this past November for a missing bearing in some of those remanufactured units. Their own reference number is 25SB3. Check your VIN. That repair, Ford covers. These 6 settings, only you're going to fix, and only if you do it tonight. Open foreskin, or check the white sticker in your driver's door jamb for your build date. Comment your build date, your mileage, and however many of these 6 you just found still switched on. I want to see how many of these trucks are sitting out there right now with all 6 still live at once. Which extended warranties actually pay out on a transmission rebuild like this one without a fight, and which ones find a reason to deny it. That's the next video. Watch it before you sign anything.